Today, we're going to talk about rods and reels, things that you need to fish. Obviously, you sleep catfish, what I do, I mainly fish for catfish. But today, we're talking about rods and reels. We ain't just going to talk about the rods and reels that I use. I'm going to show you all how to build a great catfish combo that can catch anything from bullheads, which are maybe 1 to 2 pounds, all the way up to 60, 70, 80 pound cats. Granted though, I've never caught anything that big on one of these reels, but I know they can take the abuse. So, let's get started. You're going to go down to your local Walmart, okay? Or even Amazon for that matter. You can get one of these rods on Amazon. They're absolutely awesome. You're going to get a Berkley big game rod. This is an 8-foot medium heavy. This rod's 20 bucks. Absolutely love this rod. It's in a 2-piece. You can get it in spinning and casting. As a matter of fact, I got one casting right here. Absolutely amazing rod. I love it on that bait caster, but that's for another video. So, we're going to talk about the cheap ones. Okay, so this rod's 20 bucks. We got that set. You go to Walmart and get it, 20 bucks. Get you a medium heavy action. This way, whenever you do go, this way you can feel the sensitivity of that little fish biting. You can go feel that little channel cat. And you can also go and use that big circle hook for a big 80-pound flathead. And it's in 2-piece. Look at this. I'm about 6 foot tall. The rod probably comes up to my chest. It's probably about a 4 foot tall rod. So there you go, about 4 feet sections. There you go, you got a 2-piece rod. Now let's go on to the reel. The reel is going to be your main piece of hardware here. Obviously, you don't need anything fancy, but I'm not going to go and tell you to go get a spin cast. I'm not going to go out and go tell you to get a bait caster. A spin cast doesn't have the amount of drag you need in order to go and fight those big cats. And you can't exactly fix them if something does break on them. And they're almost kind of harder to find. But if you want to go and get a casting rod and use a spin cast, be my guest. But it's all down to personal preference, whichever reel you prefer the most. So we already covered the rod, the Berkley Big Game. Amazing rod. Now we're going to get on to the reel. I have this on a ugly stick catfish. You don't have to do what I did. This is actually my mom's rod. I gave it to her because I don't use it anymore. But I actually tried out these reels. They're the Optix by Quantum, the Optix 60s. These are $30 at Walmart, I'm pretty sure. These are absolutely amazing reels. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is the Optix 60, so don't get anything smaller. This is filled up with 50-pound braid. I'm going to be moving everybody up to 80-pound braid because we fish for big cats. But this reel on this rod is an absolutely killer design. This ugly stick catfish is almost the same thing as this big game. And it is by far one of the most fun combos I've had using. It literally works just like a normal spinning rod. Granted, it doesn't have the little trigger like a bass rod does, because it's a catfish rod. You're not going to be retrieving all the time. It's got that big power handle and that big T-grip for you to really grip onto when you're sitting there fighting that big cat. And the best thing is about the rods, they got that long handle for you to dig it under your stomach. That way you can reel down on them. We've never ever had a problem with these reels ever given out. They're absolutely amazing reels. The drag is amazing on them. I think they're about 20 pounds worth of drag. Obviously, right and left-handed swap. And I'm actually not a lefty. I fish like this because the reason is I mainly reel down with my right hand. So if I'm sitting there fighting a 50-pound cat, I'm comfortable on the right side. I'm right-hand dominant. So this is how it works out for me. So we covered the reel and the rod. Now what you're going to want to do, you don't have to go out and go get no $60 sinkers. You don't have to go out and go get all this fancy stuff. Go down there, get you a, it depends on what you're going to be doing. If you're using circle hooks, doing fishing for a little bit of everything, probably get you a 5/0 circle hook. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. No Gamakatsu's too expensive, but they're great hooks. Probably Gamakatsu, about a 5/0. Or Team Catfish 5/0 circle hook, or an octopus circle, or even a J hook if you like to set your own hooks, but I will cover that later in the rod video. So you got your rod and reel, you got your hook, you got a 5/0 circle. Let's get on to sinkers. Sinkers, I'm going to recommend a 2-ounce flat no roll, like I have right here. These are amazing sinkers. I've never had a problem with them. They cast great. They're awesome. Don't have an issue with them. Just sinkers. Obviously your bead, you got your swivel. I'm pretty sure this is a 1/0 swivel, along with monofilament leader. You do not have to use monofilament leader. I choose to because I can tie my own stuff. If you want to go and use steel leaders, be my guest. They're a lot easier. You can clip on and off. That way if you want to go and use a treble hook, you can. If you're going to bring home supper, use a treble hook. It just really depends on what you want to do and what you're going to be fishing for. If you're going to be fishing for trophy cats, I recommend a big 9/0 circle hook. Or even a big 10/0 circle hook. That's for another video. So basically, in order for you to go and have this awesome combo. Just go down to your local Walmart, get you a big game pole by Berkley, and get you an optix 60 by Quantum. They're amazing reels and rods. They're going to work well together. And remember, keep your hook set aggressive, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.